crafty friends. Welcome back to Bella Ann Craft Studio. I am continuing in the little work with me or work with me, craft with me, however you want to put it. I'm needing to finish these because, yes, it's coming up where the store needs to be open and lots to do, lots to do. So I've got a quite I've got quite the stack already. If you can see what I have here then. And I've cut off the little edge flaps here. Oopsie. Right here. I've cut these off on these here. So I'm going to set these aside. I think I did all those. Okay. And then once I continue getting these ready, I am going to cut them down to size and I am preparing them for journal covers. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe and go over to the website in the links in the description box below the video and sign up to the email list so you can get notified when the store opens. All the people who subscribe over on the website in the email list will get a notification first. So before I announce it on YouTube, those who have subscribed will get first dibs. So go ahead and make sure you do that. I will be giving on the first launch, I will go ahead and give a coupon, lots of goodies to your email inbox. So don't forget to do that. I think I'm going to keep that on there. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel so you can get notified as well whenever I upload a new video. Okay. I pray each and every one of you are doing well. I'm continuing to work, y'all. I really am trying my best to get these done. I want to save these because I want to make buttons. I am going to be getting some wooden buttons. Let's see. Yes, I do. I was thinking, do I want to cut that? Yes, I do. Okay. I am going to be making paper buttons, all kinds of lovely things. And the buttons will be in the kits that these will be in. These covers. Everything you need to make a journal. Okay. Go ahead and cut that. Do I want to do... thinking. I think I'll leave this one like that because I can do something with that then. And the edge here. This is the stovetop stuffing box my sister-in-law gave me. I'm struggling, y'all. All right. Get that done. If I'm out of frame of the camera, forgive me. It's a small space and I'm trying to get this box cut. I could get an X-Acto knife, but I think I'll deal with the scissors. Okay. Put that there. I do want this off here. Okay. Now, with cardboard boxes, here's a thought for you. Now, you can, I don't know if you know what English paper piecing is, but you can make your own templates for English paper piecing out of boxes. Just a little fun fact for you. And again, these are not going to be exact. It's just real fiddly trying to deal with a great big box and opposed to, I'm thinking, opposed to a small one, a manageable piece here. So when I cut them down to the size of the journal, there'll be a lot. It's a little bit more manageable is what I'm getting at. I'm just putting these right here. Now these you can reinforce the spine with it. And I will be using those. Okay, there's that. Alrighty, there's that one. As you very well can tell, I am not really cutting them proper. But again, I'm going to be chopping them down to size here, the size that I need. And cut this here. Sometimes when we craft, it is a trial and error. Let's see what that does. I wonder if this works. All kinds of loveliness. In some of the kits also I'll have lots of goodies and papers and fabrics, and thinking about giving a code, like a digital code, to, like, for those who don't know how to put a journal together. If you want me to help you along with that, I can do that as well. I'm thinking about putting those in there. Some of y'all may know how to do this and have your own idea how you want that to go. I mean, yeah. However you feel you want to do with your kit is entirely up to you. How you want to decorate it is where I'm getting at. Okay, these are kind of thin, the paper here. I need to get these done. Okay. I want to get through this one stack before I cut into some more. I'm telling you, my friends, I have a lot. I have a lot. Yes, I do. Okay. Alrighty. Like I mentioned, I'm going to, sorry, you have to flip that up in the camera like that, y'all. I'm going to be offering paper, scrapbooking paper, the tags and things that go, extra. I'm going to have kits for those. This is something to encourage you. If you need help, if you're not real familiar with journal making and you know somewhat and you've done it before, but you're just not a pro at it, or you just don't feel confident, I will have some tutorial. I don't know what you would call, like, it's like where you can go and you can look at that and have a code to put that in. And sorry about the camera move. Yeah. I'm working behind the scenes, y'all. Really trying to make it look nice. The website, I mean. If you haven't already, share with your friends. And I may have mentioned this before, that I am going to have a launch day, and it's going to be a live stream. And if you would like to be part of that live stream, I think I'm going to have it on StreamYard. If you would like to be invited to that, go ahead and subscribe over at the website. And I think I need to put that there, but I need to leave that one piece because I see a lot of potential there. Last one. Oh boy. Go ahead and subscribe over there at the website. And I'll be sending invitations over there. If you would like to RSVP, make sure you're subscribed to the email list so you can get an invitation sent to you. I have 32 subscribers. If you have not already, you've subscribed to the YouTube channel, but yet have not signed up for the email list, please go do that now. You don't want to miss out on the goodies that are soon to come. I'm showing you little tips and tricks and little tidbits, but it's nothing compared to what I have coming on the website in the store. I have some t-shirts, all kinds of loveliness. Stuff you can buy and use in your crafts, as well as gifts. If there's something that you've seen that you have, oopsie, I did it again. I'm sorry, y'all. If you have a family member, somebody that is, I think that's dead, has a gift coming up, anniversary, pastor appreciation, all kinds of loveliness on there. And you can go on there and you can get a Bible cover. I will have Bible covers. I will have journals. I'll have a lot. A lot. All right, I'm moving this aside now. I'm going to work on this pile. As you can see, I left a little bit right there. Okay, let me think. Let me get my... Well, I got this one big one I laid over here, didn't I? Okay, let's do this one really, really quick. And this is a more thicker box. Okay, where's that one? Let me see, can I turn? If I'm out of frame, y'all bear with me. Okay. Cutting that. Let me think here. This, as you can see, this is a big box. So I have to, I'm off camera only because it's so big. I am having to come off the table just to cut it. Okay. And then I'm thinking, oh, I'm just knocking everything down, y'all. My glue and all kinds of stuff over here is just falling down. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I may leave that like that, but then yet I'm not sure. I bet you I can turn. Let me have a think here. I can make two out of this. It's such a big box. It is just what I've cut, not including this, all that I've taken off. Let me put this over here then. It is approximately 22 inches by 13 and a half. It is massive. It's big. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do with this then, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to cut this here. I think so. Now I don't mind the box is folding like that, but with these, I think it'd be best to cut it so, and you'll see what I mean when I get to that point here. Okay, we're gonna keep this portion right here. I'm gonna lay this aside here, and I've got the front and the back. Okay, so if I cut this in half, of course I know that it's not square. If I look at this at 14 or 13 and a half, so if I look at it as, let me get it to where y'all can see. Let me think here. This is a old ruler I got at Goodwill. Let me check this out. So this is, let me turn it this way so we can see, because this has a magnet on it right there. It's backwards. I'm so sorry, y'all. Let me move this out the way. Do one at a time. Okay, so this portion here is, that's 13 and a half. So that's 7. That'd be 7. I think 6 and a half. That's 13. It's just shy of 7. I'm trying to find a happy spot, because when I trim it down, then I think I'm gonna do 6 and a half twice is what I'm gonna do. And because whenever I get ready to chop it down, then it will get over here. 6 and 6 is 12, and that's 13. So let's do, I'm over here fixing this, you guys. I'm going to do 6 and a half for this one. See where I marked it? Right here, because this is my craft mat right here, and I marked that. Let me grab my guillotine here. Okay. And put my scissors away. Okay. This is stack number 1. This is what we're going to call it. Stack number 1. So I will share with you stack number 1 right here. And no, this is not all my boxes. I promise you it's not. It is, ooh, I've got to stick this right here right quick. It is not all my boxes. I've got more boxes. So if I put this under here and I move the table and the camera moves, I ask you to forgive me. Okay, so that one right there then is, let me go ahead and straighten this. Nope, can't do that because it's too long. So, okay, one side there, right there, and I can do that. Okay, here it goes. All right, because this is my straight side, I'm going to use that. Let's stick this right here for now. And I am going to We're going to do 9. Go this way. Okay, maybe. Is it true? Is it going to be 9? Oh boy. Oh man, I moved it. Did you see that? Okay. Let me do this right here. So 7 by 9 is what I've got for the front, for the cover. Okay. So what I've done, this is 9. Making sure. And then, of course, my 9 is right here, and they have these little grooves here. I am putting that there. Okay, that's good. That's good. And then my 7's right here. See if y'all can see that. Perfect. You can. And what I'm doing is I'll put this down so you can see it's right up against that blade right there. Okay, so should have did that before. I'm so sorry. Okay, and that's 7. Perfect. And we're checking 9 right here. It's where that groove is. And then and 9. Okay, so I don't forget, and I'm going to write it in red. Okay, this is 9. Okay, and this is 7. This way. Okay, 9. Okay, see where I have that right there? Think you can see that okay? My marks are kind of funny, but okay, so here, therefore, with this box, I'm going to take the next one and put it up against this one. Okay, so I'm going to take this, set it over here. I'm going to put this. I'm going to have a lot of wastage here. And then some of this stuff right here, I will shred it, and I make handmade paper. I've been making handmade paper for a couple years now. Okay, so the one thing with this one is this one's not going to be matching. Okay, so there's 9 right here. So you can see that there's a little notch right here is what I gauge it at. And I will go just slight before the 9, and I will give it a choppy. But this one, as you can see here, there's a gap here. That's not going to be 7. So this cover is going to be different than this one. So what I will do then is I will go ahead and measure this one. Let's see, do I want it 6.5? Yeah, 6.5, maybe. Okay, these are used boxes, friends. Okay, that's roughly there. But the thing is, too, I've got to remember I sized that up. Okay, these are junk journals. There we go. Let's see here. Did I do this one? Yes. I'm moving this because I'm really wanting it. If there's anything hanging over, the blade will catch it. Okay. Then we're gonna make sure I have I'm a little off from the 9. So this one will be 6.5 by 9. Okay. That's perfect. I'm gonna turn it the other way and make sure I didn't catch. I need to sharpen this blade. And to my understanding, the way you sharpen a blade from a guillotine, you take some aluminum foil and you cut on it, it's supposed to sharpen the blade. I haven't done it yet. I'm thinking, let's see, that one's going to, thinking this one's kind of crooked here. There it is. Okay, perfect. Now I can see it. Okay, so I don't forget, I'm going to go 6.5 by 9. Whoopsie. Boy, that's an odd 9, isn't it? Okay, so as you can see, 6.5 by 9. Okay, that's the length, and this is our width. Okay, so we got 2 different sizes that I need to work on and cut from this one. So how am I going to do that? First and foremost, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get the 9 by 7. So I am going to give myself a little choppy right there, so I can have a straight edge to measure with. And then I'm going to chop. Oh, nope, that's not right. I'm going to go 6.5, ain't I? Well, let me think here. Let me have a think. Let's see. Then I get this one right here. Okay, so what I can do then is I can turn it this way so y'all can see what I'm doing here. I can do it this way because this is where I chopped it. Okay, mind you, this is a box that I would have thrown away, or my sister-in-law rather, would have thrown away. So I'm going to work on this one. And I'm going to, if they don't match, then I can always chop it down, but seven, right, by 9. Okay. Lovely. Like somebody's riding their motorcycle outside. I don't know if y'all hear that. That was loud. Right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that's 7 and that's 7. Lovely. And then I'm going to do 9 and 9. Look at that. Okay. And then 7 by 9, these two are ready to go right here. I'll set those in my finished pile here. And then I'm going to do a 6.5 by 9. So 6.5. This is my 9. Like so. This one could use a little trim here. Okay. Sometimes these little bits right here just kind of, so very, very little wastage right here. But again, I could just turn and put that into compost, or for the handmade paper I have a shredder for just that such thing. Sorry if I hit the camera. Okay, this one needs a little, this one says 6.5, and then that one's a little off. So I'm gonna need to come down a hair on that one to straighten that out, guys, because it's not going to be 6.5. Okay, so it is technically going to be 6. Let's see, did I do that one here? It's going to technically be, because of this piece was not, this was going to be 6, a 6 by 9. So it's 6 by 9. So 6 by 9. So therefore I'm going to need to chop this one down. 6 by 9. Okay. Let's see. I had one that was, let me see if I can't look at that. This one's pretty straight. It'll come off this end. I knew it was, I figured there was one I saw that wasn't too straight. So it was the side. Okay. So I chopped that off, but then I can size it up there. Lovely. Look at that. That's all ready to go. All right, I got my pile over here. I got them in 2s right here. So out of that one big box, I got 2 covers. Now, what I will do then, the same with the spine. I am going to do the same thing. I'm going to do let's do a C. Let's do, thinking. Do 7. Do that. That would be wide. And you're wanting it to be long, so you need it to be 9 there, Bill. Okay, let me trim this little edge so I can have a, okay. Now I'm going to go 9. That's my length right there. This is extra. And then I'm going to, how wide do I want this to be? That's the kicker right there. So I have extra these, so I'm trying to figure out then with the edge, it's perfect to the cover because they're both 9 tall or long. But one is 6 wide and the other one's 7 wide. Or if you want to do yours all the same, that's fine. I find it to be very interesting to have different sizes, right? So let me see here. I have another one. I placed it right behind me. This one might work. Oops. Okay, let me pull this one in right here. I'm going to cut. Probably not have to cut that because, oh well, let me do that because it won't be straight. But that's okay. I'm going to set that there for now. Would you look at that? Would it be? I'm trying to figure out how wide I want it, y'all. I want that over just a bit. I'm going to cut the other way because you know what? I want it to have a fairly straight edge. And then I have something true to gauge by instead of it kind of going all kinds of ways like that, you know. Okay, this is for the second one. That's 9. Okay, so with this one, I don't want it to be too terribly wide. Okay, let me do this. This is how I gauge things. This is me. I want to see, you know, how, that's a pretty good little, You can put lots of goodies in that. So with that being said, then I can go, what's that? Okay, let me get my pencil. Let me see what I can do here. I think I want to go here and see what that looks like before I go any further than that. Is that 9? Yep, that's 9. Okay. I'm going to chop this. And then I'm going to probably do 3, see, I think it was 2. Let me see, 2.5. So if I did a 2.5 inch spine, okay, so therefore if I bud this up against here, and if I say, oh, okay, that's my spine right there, or that makes cover, 2.5 is right there, what do y'all think? Tell me what you think. I say, yeah, 2.5. Give me a comment down below what you would gauge your spine at. What do you think is a good spine width? You want enough for lots of goodies in there for sure. This one's going to be 2.5. Okay? So 2.5. Okay? So I wrote it down so I don't forget. And I'm going to put it with the 7x9. Set those aside. Those are ready to go. I'm going to do another and then let me go ahead and 2.5. Right about so. Seems like that is kind of hurting right there. It's just like, okay. Okay. Lovely. Looking good. Looking good. Let me go ahead and make sure I've got that proper. 2.5. And that's a little off, isn't it? That's okay. But we're looking about approximately 2.5. Okay. And I'll go ahead and measure. Sometimes that guillotine is kind of off, but that's okay. Looks good to me. What do y'all say? I think so. Okay. 2.5 inch spine for these. Let me go ahead and put 2.5 for this one for the 9x6. Okay. So what I'll do with these, and I will set this here, and then the other one I will do it cross. So like this one right here, and then this one right here. So I know that this is one and this is one. That's my pile I'm going with. Okay. Let me go ahead and I don't know if I'll probably move all this out the way here, but I got a rhythm going now. Okay, so what kind? Let me get this. Let me see what I can do with this then. Let's see what we got. And that is a 6.5. And I probably could do something like that. Let me trim this off. Okay. Probably a little bit off this one. Okay. Trying to get an even amount. Let me go ahead and measure. Then what I've done, since I went ahead and put that, so I can do, I can do 7.5 by I can do 6.5 by 7. Let's do that. So I'm going to do 6.5, I think. 6.5 by 7, is that? Yes, that's right. 6.5. Okay. Here it goes. 6.5, because that side's not even. Okay. How about a 6? Because that was a little off. Okay. Let's do a 6 here, because these boxes, remember, are not completely straight. Can I get a 6 by 7.5? Let's see. 6 by 7.5. Okay, that's a 7.5. 7.5 by 6. Right, let me make sure I size that proper before I give a final. It looks good to me. That was kind of off. Okay, so it was 7.5 by 6. Okay, that's what I have here. Yes. And I'm going to, yep, that's it. Okay, now let me get this one the same. Too much up there because I have to, okay, have a little space there. 7.5 by 6. Okay, that's a little bit more than 6 because I want to straighten that out. Okay, we got this one. Yep, I think so. This one's kind of, you can see it's kind of having trouble staying straight right there. All right, these are done. So now I need a spine, but a spine that will be 7.5. But you know what I'm thinking then? I need to, well, I don't need to, but I don't know. I don't know about you. I would like something more substantial. What do you think? I'll leave this for your comments. Do you think I should see how compared to this one? See, this one's a little bit more cardboardy, or do you think this one's fine the way it is? Leave me a comment and we'll work from there. But I need a 7.5 length piece there. These are, I think these are, some of them are kind of done. Like that one, I can't do nothing with that. And these are going to be used for something here. So I can set them aside over there. Put these out of my way because it's getting kind of crowded with clutter. All right. Now, I have got my pile over here. I do not want to cut into these. Okay? So those are going to stay there. So I am going to put that there. I want to move these out of my way over here then. Let's see if I got I'm sure I do with all of the edges that I just cut. Okay, here's a cereal box edge. Now the spine, I know for a fact I want it to be, oops, there was a lot under there. Look at that. Okay, put that in there for now. Okay, so I want to go right there. That'll give me a straight edge right here. 7.5 is what I'm going for. Did I get it where I needed it? Let me see. Right there. Okay. Has this right here, but that's okay. Thinking. So maybe a 2-inch spine? What do y'all think? Okay. That's my thought. A 2-inch spine. Okay. So a 2-inch spine. But for the next video, I want to hear comments to this one. Do you think that we need to double up on this, or do I need to just leave it as is? But I have this the way it needs to go. Yes, that'll be fine, and I'll put this with this. Okay, I'm gonna run and go let my little dog outside, and I will be right back. Okay, let me go ahead and think what we're doing here. I want to see if I can do that one here. Moving things around, friends. Moving things around. Okay. So I got this one. I'm going to wait on y'all to, I'll put it like this. I'm going to wait to see what comments I get for this one. If you remember, I wanted to see what your thought was on this one here. If we needed to add a extra or not. Okay, and there are pretty much, and even these packaging ones too. Okay, I am going to kind of trim that and try to trim this one. Okay, this one I've got the spine prepared already. Okay, now these, as you could very well see, they are not the same, so we've got to figure that one out. This one I can save for another one. Okay, let me put this here. So with that being said, this one I've got it to be about 6. So what I could do is keep that measurement right there. That should be fine. Kind of clean that up a bit. And clean this one up here. Okay, so what I can do then, I'm thinking, I'm having a good think, y'all. So 7.5 then. And I'm going more than the 7.5 because this side needs to be straightened. Okay, so then I'm going to go 7.5 because I've already cleaned up that edge. Okay, now that's 7.5 by 6. 6, okay, by 7.5. 6 by 7.5. Okay, so we're going to 7.5 by 6. I do this for my reference so I can tell what I've done and what I didn't do. Okay, let me go ahead and clean this up here. Let me go ahead and do this side. Put this over here. And with this one, I've had so long, it has these grooves, and I'm kind of measuring up with that as I move right along. I don't know if I cut that. I figured it was kind of a little off. Okay, 7.5. So I know that this is longer. I'm going to give it just a little bit more than 7.5. So when I do turn it around, it's going to measure exact. Okay. So now I'm going to get it up against that 7.5 right there. That one's off, isn't it? Okay, let me do this then. Because this is 7.5 right here. Okay. Then I'm going to take this up here because this one's kind of going this way. And right there. That did it. Okay, lovely. So now I've got two pieces and I'm measuring them. They look to be pretty straight. Okay. So this one is, I'm going to do 7.5. I'm going to trim that a little bit right there. I'm going to go. I think it's a best idea to do your length first. Then you don't have to run the risk of coming up short. I'm just measuring it, making sure. Okay. Therefore, I'm going to do 2.5 seems to not be working. So we're going to do 2. How about that? We're going to do 2-inch spine for this one. Okay. And then I'm going to mark this one as a 2-inch so I know. And then I'm going to put this with the other ones here. And I am going to just let y'all know this is a process. I have to get these done. And, you know, why not just bring my friends along with me and y'all can come and keep me company. And I'm put this over here and empty that out so I can have a clean trash can to put my little scraps in. And then what am I going to do now? We're going to grab, you know what? I'm eyeballing this. This right here is going to be something interesting here. I like that. Because even if you see the way that this is here, it doesn't have to be that little window. You can truly go ahead and trim that down. So let's go ahead because I think that is a journal screaming to be turned in. That's something that it's screaming to become a beautiful journal. I'm gonna leave that there, and then go ahead and trim these. Like I mentioned, I want these to be okay. This one's kind of right here. So let me see what this is coming up to be. Since I had already let me see what I can do. This one's straight. So let me get over here on this one here. I'm thinking this is going to be 7. Wait a minute. That's not enough. Okay. 7. Go ahead and clean this up a bit. think it's kind of off. I see it kind of going this way. Do this here. Okay. And then how am I going to do this? Because it's just looking to be a little crooked here. Okay. There's that 7 by, that's fairly straight, isn't it? 4.5 by 7. Can make that into a little address book or something. Huh. Is that right? 4.5. I'd say. What do you say? What's your thought on the matter? I say yeah. This one kind of just, I don't know why it looks, I don't know if it's just the way that I'm cutting it. It just looks off. Okay, so 4.5. So we're at 4.5 by 7. Okay, so 7 by 4.5. And this would be a perfect little address book, a little pocket calendar. Yes, I like it. All right. Therefore, I'm needing to go 4.5. Okay. And I need to come down to 7. Okay. I'm going to go 4.5. Since I already cleaned up that edge, doesn't have any stragglers on it. Okay. And then I am doing 7. Making sure. Okay. So as you can well see here, the edges where I just kind of just chopped it up with my scissors. Now those are going in my little bin here. And I am going to put this one with this one. As you can see, it lines up beautifully. Just lovely. Okay. This right here, I'm going to set here, and I need one. I don't need the spine to be too wide. So what I could do then, thinking, I am going to make a wider spine for this one. So what I could do is, let me see. Let me see what that looks like. I need a 7. Turn it this way. Because I have a straight edge because I cleaned it up already, so it makes the difference. So I can see better from that blue. I don't know that I would want to have a 2-inch spine, so I'm thinking then 1.5 should be sufficient. Did I have this? This one right here. Again, I'm looking at these little notches here that helps me. I have bifocal. I'm an old woman. Okay, so 1.5. Okay, I'm going to do a 1, oopsie, 1 1/2. Okay, spine. So I'm going to put that there. So whenever the way I do, I typically will improvise. So I'm going to lay this here, and then I will look at it, and I think that wants to be a nice journal. And you can very well make it in if you're going to put it in your pocketbook or your purse, you can even make the spine a little bit thinner, right? Okay. So that right to me is going to work. I'm going to cut another one, like I mentioned. A 7. I need a little more than that so I can have a clean edge. to work with. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut that little piece right there. Okay, that way I have an edge to work with. So it's not kind of out, kind of wiggly, not very straight. If you can see what I mean here, see how that lip is there? That's what I'm referring to. Okay, so I said 1.5, right? Where's that little line at? Okay, 1.5, making sure, and I'm butting it up there. Okay, now I'm going to put these two together right here, making sure that looks to be a little hair off. So I'm going to go ahead and do, let's see, this right here. I want that to be precise here. Okay, let's see if that marked. It sure did not. Did you see that? I'm just saying. Trying to get that straight, y'all. Give myself a little bit, so I'm off just by a hair. Just a hair. All right, I may have not hold that up there because I like to be as close to that as possible. Okay. We're going to see, right? Trial and error. Ah, lovely. Yep, that did just fine. That'll do just fine. Okay, it's going to give it strength. Okay, it's going to go over here with this one, and I'm continuing right here. My pile, oops. And what I am doing then is this one's 1 and this one's 1. Okay, and I may go grab some paper clips and attach it together. That's probably what I will do, so I don't lose those spines. And this one, I don't think I need those. It's a little small for what anything I can do with. Let's see what the time is looking like. Okay, fun time's over. Okay, so I'm going to continue doing these as much as I can off camera. I do have these bigger ones that are already ready to go, like a notebook type size. I'm going to be offering different sizes and for those types of kits, but hang in there with me. It's a work in progress, and I just appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by and supporting me on the videos and viewing them, and give me a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Go ahead and go over to the website and make sure you sign up for the email. With that, you get newsletter, you get all those that subscribe on the website get first dibs, first notification whenever something comes in, before I even announce it on YouTube. So make sure you go and do that. Thank you for joining me. Until our next crafting video. Bye for now.